Hello dear student, this is part 2 of our lesson, direct and indirect speech. These days, I want to teach you how to use direct and indirect speech very accurately, very properly. You should follow this part 2 of our lesson in order to understand better how to change some different sentences from direct to indirect. You should be careful and attentive, my dear friend. If you want to get this lesson very well, try to follow the teacher from now until I end this lesson. Please, I'm going to show you the meaning of universal things. We are going to teach you direct and indirect speech for universal things. How do we change the sentences that are in direct speech to indirect speech that are related to universal things? That is what I'm going to teach you today. Try to be attentive, please. I am Teacher Jasper, but before I teach you the lesson, I would like to show you the books. These are different kinds or types of books that can help you speak English very better and in a quick way. Try to come and buy the books, please. Ngwinugure ibitabo, and we have the class of English. Dufite ishuri ry'Icyongereza. If you want to speak English better with your classmates, please come and join us. Ngwino utujoininge wigane Icyongereza, uvugane Icyongereza n'abagenzi bawe. Very fantastic. Then let me start the lesson immediately. But before starting the lesson, I would like to show you the word of today. This is our today's word. Our today's word is hardship. Hardship. What is the meaning of hardship? Hardship is a situation that is very difficult to endure or to bear. Just hardship ni situation igoye kuyimanaginga. Ni mu gihe uba ugeze mu bihe bigoye kuba wabigira gute wabyihanganira. Icyo gihe rero tukita hardship. Aricyo twita difficulty mu Gifaransa. Difficulty. Hardship. Ngo hardship ni ingorane nyine in Kinyarwanda. Hardship. You can say, ushobora kuvuga uti, that man had passed through a life of hardship before he got money or before he got rich. Bishatse kuvuga ngo uriya mugabo yabanje guca mu buzima bugoye bw'ingorane mbere yuko abona amafaranga. Then hardship means a difficult situation or condition. That is a hardship. That is difficult to bear or to endure. Ni situation igoye kuyakira cyangwa se kuyihanganira. Iyo situation niyo twita hardship mu Cyongereza. Hardship. Fantastic. Then direct and indirect speech. That is our lesson. Okay? This is part 2 of our lesson. We will give you different parts. Kuko iri somo nababwiye ko ari rinini cyane. Tuzabaha ibice byinshi by'iri somo. Ntabwo twaryigisha ko kanya ngo rirangire. It is a big lesson. You should follow it from the scratch, from the beginning until we end it. Yes. Then universal things first of all. Before I teach you how to change universal things from direct to indirect, I want to show you the meaning of universal things. What is the meaning of this universal things? The meaning, okay? Universal things means things that are common to all members. Things that are common to all members, or things that occur everywhere around the world. These are universal things. True things, ibintu by'ukuri, that are common, bizwi rusange, around the world, bizwi ku isi yose. Things that you cannot change, ibintu utahindura, nibyo twita universal things. Urugero, ndamutse nkubwiye ngo the earth goes around the sun. Isi izenguruka izuba. Ibyo ni ibintu bizwi. You can't change. That is something that is common. Icyo ni ikintu kizwi ko isi izenguruka izuba. Ndamutse nkubwiye ngo Jesus is the King of Kings. Abantu benshi birazwi ko Yesu ari umwami w'abami. Ibyo ni ibintu utahindura. Keretse wenda utabyemera birashoboka. Ariko ndamutse mvuze nti water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Amazi abira kuri degre ijana. Nta muntu utabizi ko amazi abirira kuri degre ijana. Kuri degre ijana. Icyo gihe rero ibyo ni ibintu biri common. Ndamutse nkubwiye ngo 2 heads are better than 1. 2 heads are better than 1. Ubwo bishatse kuvuga ngo ababiri bishe umwe. Ibyo ni ibintu bizwi ku isi yose ko iyo abantu bashize hamwe nta kibananira ko bagera kuri byinshi. Then those are universal things. Universal things. Ibyo mvuze mu Buhinde uzasanga ariko nabwo bimeze, uzasanga muri Amerika ariko bimeze, niyo mpamvu byitwa universal common things. Rero you never change. You should never change universal things from direct to indirect. Ntabwo ibi bintu rero tubihindura, turaza kureba impamvu tutabihindura. For example, if I say there are 4 directions, east, west, north, and south. There are 4 directions or directions. Iri jambo wemerewe kurivuga uvuga uti directions or directions. No problem. Directions or directions. Byose biremewe. This pronunciation is the same. There are 4 directions, east, west, north, and south. Ibi birazwi ko hari amerekezo ane ku isi. East, iburasirazuba, west, iburengerazuba, north, amajyaruguru, and south, amajyepfo. Ibi ntabwo wabihindura, niyo mpamvu byitwa universal things. Ibintu bizwi hose. Then here, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Ibi ni ibintu bizwi ko amazi abirira kuri dogere ijana. Here, the sun rises in the east. Izuba rirasira iburasirazuba, birazwi. The sun rises in the east. Ibi nabyo ni ibintu bizwi. Jesus is the King of Kings. Yesu ni umwami w'abami. Ibi ni ibintu bizwi. Uwo wabibwira wese ashobora guhita yumva icyo uvuze. Jesus is the King of Kings. Then we are going to see how to change direct universal things to indirect universal things. Do you get it? This is direct, indirect speech. We are going to see how to change universal statements or universal sentences from direct to indirect speech. Tujye kureba rero ibintu byahinduka gute. But first of all, you should understand that ugomba kumenya ko a universal statement or a universal sentence or a sentence that means things that are universal, a sentence that is explaining things that are universal is always in the simple present. Iyo nteruro igaragaza ibintu biri universal, igihe cyose biri muri simple present. If you don't know how to use the simple present in English, buy this book kugira ngo iri somo ryumve neza. Yes. Nuvuga ngo rero ibintu byose bivuga ibintu bizwi biri common. These things are put in simple present. Never change it. Never change the statement or a sentence that is showing, that depicts, that shows things that are universal. Ntugahindura interuro igaragaza ibintu biri universal. Ibintu bizwi biri common ku isi yose bidahinduka. Never change it. Example. Ushobora kuvuga this is direct speech, this is indirect. Ushobora kuvuga uti Peter yaravuze water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Here ikintu uzashyiramo ni ya that gusa. Peter yaravuze ngo amazi abirira kuri degre ijana. Ntabwo ushobora kuvuga ngo Peter said that water boiled. Ntabwo iyi boiled ushobora kuba boiled. Ntabwo bavuga ngo Peter yaravuze ngo amazi yabiriraga kuri degre Celsius ijana. Yabiriraga icyo gihe se ubu se bimeze gute? Kandi abira buri gihe kuri degre Celsius ijana. Niyo mpamvu it is a habit. It is habitual things. Things that are habit. Are we together? Things that are habitual. Habitual. Ibintu biri habitude. Ni ibintu by'akamenyero. Peter said that, don't change this. Do you see? Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Don't change this, my dear friend. You will say, Peter said that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Do you see? Iki gice cy'intero yacu nticyahindutse. impamvu kitahindutse nuko turi kuvuga ibintu bizwi ko amazi abirira kuri degree Celsius 100. Second, my pastor said, pastor wanjye yaravuze, Jesus is the King of Kings. Here, you are not allowed to change this statement. Ntabwo wemerewe guhindura ibi bintu kuko birazwi. Uzavuga uti, muri indirect bizagenda gutya. My pastor said that, pastor wanjye yaravuze ngo, Jesus is the King of Kings. Ntabwo ushobora kuvuga ngo, my pastor said that Jesus was the King of Kings. Pastor wanjye yaravuze ngo, Yesu yari umwami w'abami. None se ubu ngubu bimeze gute? Ubu ntakiri umwami w'abami. Icyo gihe rero, you should never change. This is should be there as a simple present to mean something that is common, that is unchangeable, that is true. Ikintu kiri true, kiri universal. Uvuye hano ukajya muri Amerika ukavuga ngo Jesus is the King of Kings. Bazakumva nk'umunyarwanda wabivugiye hano, Jesus is the King of Kings. Ni ibintu bidahinduka. Here, you will never say that my pastor said that Jesus was the King of Kings. No, don't say that. You will say, my pastor said that, pastor wanjye yaravuze ngo, Jesus is the King of Kings. Kuko King of Kings, Jesus is the King of Kings. Ni ibintu bizwi ko Yesu ari umwami w'abami. Ntabwo avuga ngo Yesu azaba umwami w'abami cyangwa Yesu yabaye umwami w'abami. Jesus is the King of Kings. Then here, the earth, okay, the earth goes around the sun. The earth goes around the sun. Isi izenguruka izuba. Birazwi. The earth goes around the sun. Our teacher told us. Mwarimu wacu yarabitubwiye. Then he will say, our teacher told us that the earth, there is no change here. Do you see? There is no change. Our teacher told us that, mwarimu wacu yaratubwiye ngo, the earth goes around the sun. Because this is something that is factual, that is true around the world. Kuko ni ikintu kiri factual, ni ikintu kizwi. Rero ntabwo uzavuga ngo, our teacher told us that, kuko yabikubwiye kera, nguvuge ngo, our teacher told us that, the earth went, you go wituhindura went, no. Nkuko nabikwigishije ejo bundi nkubwira ko simple present hinduka simple past. Aho ni ku bintu bihinduka. Ariko ibintu bidahinduka, simple present remains simple present from direct to indirect speech. Do you get it? Yes. Then our teacher told us that the earth goes around the sun. My father told me that, ushobora kuza hano. Then you say, my father told me that there are 4 directions. My father told me that there are 4 directions. East, west, north, and south. Ntabwo uzahindura ibi ngibi. My father told me that there are 4 directions. East, west, north, and south. Then here, my mother told me that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. My geography teacher told me that, mwarimu wanjye wa geography yarambwiye ngo, the sun rises in the east. Izuba rirasira iburasirazuba. Ni ibintu bizwi. Ntabwo iyi rises wayihindura ngo yishyire mu kindi gihe. Kuko ni ibintu bihoraho, bizahoraho, kandi byahozeho. Good. Then you can say, my pastor told me that Jesus was the King of Kings. No, Jesus is the King of Kings. My dear students, do you understand that you can't change universal things from direct speech to indirect speech? Urikumva ko udashobora guhindura ibintu biri universal, biri common, bizwi, bifite ukuri, by'ukuri kw'isi yose, ubivana muri direct, ubijyana muri indirect. If you understand that, you are going to try your best to form or to create, to make your own sentences. Ugiye gukora interuro zawe, uzivana muri direct, uzijyana muri indirect. Nuko kwiga ururimi bimera. Ugomba gukora practice if you want to grasp this lesson better. Then after this lesson, I'm going to give you the message of the day. My dear student, you should never fear to pass through hardships. Because hardships prepare the ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. You should never fear to pass through hardships. Hardships prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Do you know the meaning of this? Bishatse vuga ngo ntukigire ugira ubwoba bwo guca mu ngorane. Uzicamo ibiruhije, ibigoranye, amakuba, ibigeragezo. Because hardships prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Kubera ko izi ngorane nizo zitegura abantu baciriritse kugera ku iherezo rihambaye. Hardships prepare you as an ordinary person for an extraordinary destiny. Hardship igutegura, ingorane zigutegura wowe uciriritse kuzagera ku iherezo rihambaye, kuzagera ku byiza washakaga kugeraho kandi bihambaye. That is what we call hardships. Then never fear hardships. Nuzajya ubona ibintu bikugoye ujye ubyinjiramo urwane nabyo kugeza ubisohotsemo kandi ugeze ku bintu byiza bizakugeza ku byiza. I am teacher Jasper. We are together for the next lessons. Bye bye. Now we are going to give you the part 3 of direct and indirect speech. You should follow these lessons chronologically. Ugomba gufata aya masomo ukayakurikira chronologically, successivement, uko akurikirana. Thank you. Bye bye.